right. Well, good morning, Marie. And we have Reuben with us as well. And what a great day to have a podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Great to see you.
Good, good morning. Likewise. So, by way of a formal introduction, we have Marie Nagy-Jones and Reuben Salazar wearing dual hats here. But to announce Marie with Century 21 Judge Fite, and that's one of Reuben's hats as well. And we also welcomed Reuben to iFinance Mortgage recently as well. Hey, great. Just adding more value to your clients, to your team there locally, and couldn't be happier to have both of you join today.
Thank
The
you.
purpose,
Yeah,
oh,
thanks. Great to be here.
of course, glad to have you. The purpose of the podcast, as we spoke about before, is the title really stands for itself. The mindset of a champion. What sets you apart? And today, our feature is Marie, because what we want to do is not only get to know you better, Marie, but also what helps you stand out in your community. What are some things you do differently, or perhaps just a little bit better than others do, so that we can send you referrals? And at the end of the day, we want people to watch this podcast to say, oh, yeah, I see why she stands out and why I can trust her for my business. So let's launch right into it. Can you tell us a little bit, Marie? How did you get into real estate? Did you just wake up one morning? I'm going into real estate.
No, I kind of fell into it. I got tired of being fired and decided to go out on my own. Sorry. Sorry about that.
That's good.
And yeah, well, part of that adventure involved being an admin person for a real estate agent. And I found that admins do a lot of work for real estate agents. They are unsung heroes. And when I got my
Absolutely.
license and was let go for personal reasons, I don't know if I can say personal reasons. Anyway,
Sure.
I decided to become a full-time real estate agent in lieu of being a transaction coordinator, which was my primary direction. And I've had a blast ever since. I love it. I can see why agents love doing what they do, and they have a heart of gold, and it just filled my cup.
That's
Filled my
great.
cup.
When did you make this transition into full-time real estate?
2022.
Got it. So you came in one of the tough times, coming in just post-pandemic. I mean, we were still in it. A lot of people were still trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I market? How do I stay in business? And here you come in. I think I'll come into a new career. And can you tell us just a little bit, what was that transaction or transition like? You're already in real estate, but now you're coming in to be a full-time agent, realtor. What was your mindset like jumping in 2022?
It was a little bit of a struggle because I mean, like we were earlier speaking about during a meeting, is that real estate agents used to have that step above the car salesman mentality, and that was kind of my mentality throughout my life. Like, yeah, I had a real estate agent. They came, they went. I never saw them again. Thank you very much. And going into real estate and becoming an absolute true professional who cares about the people that they work with, not deal with, but work with,
Yeah,
it's a whole new level. And it's it was just the hard part was building is built and still building my baseline, my referral baseline, because I come from municipality where everything is pretty negative to moving into a positive role and having to build referrals from nothing to something, moving into sales.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
really great, Marie. I think, you really pointed out something that's great is that really real estate and sales is really not a transactional thing. And in the past, that's what we've seen where agents are looked at, like you said, used car salesmen, you shake hands with them, you want to count your fingers. And
Yeah.
so what we have now is that you are showing that you care, and really that's where it all starts. How much you care and how much you want to help people. And I think that's what's great about you is that that's what you're actually looking after. So I know you discussed that, today that you were at a meeting, and right now CNN and you listen to the news, they're always talking about how the market is and how horrible it is and it's crashing and burning. Tell us a little bit about the market in the South Lake Hollyville area. How is it doing right now in comparison to the rest of the United States?
So for our area is growing pretty decently. We've got a lot of new builds in the areas, and but we have a very strong foothold in residential properties that have been around a long time. And South Lake Polyville, the area our office is in, we're at an inventory of 4.0, and houses are on the market for 57 days. So it's kind of steady there. Colleyville, it's Keller actually is at a 2.7 inventory with 45 days on the market, and Grapevine is at 2.4 inventory with 38 days on the market. It's a seller's market, but the inventory is there for buyers, and I know buyers are kind of holding out and being a little cautious with all the transitions and such. But we do know that the feds are going to meet in a couple of days and hopefully cutting rates, because what we're at, I mean, you can tell me, John, is we're about what, 6.8 for conventional, give or take?
Um, Actually a little lower than that, depending
Nice.
on, yeah, I just priced out a 6.125 yesterday.
Very
So,
nice.
but you're right about that. People are very concerned about the rates right now. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I heard the rates came flying down. Well, the Feds announced that, but did the banks agree with it? Not always. So to your point, the rates have been a little prohibitive to some people.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Marie, I really like what you pointed out there, what the local market is doing, which really proves that real estate is local. When you start looking at the whole state of Texas, it has about 6 months of inventory. So for a lot of people that may not understand it, when you have about 6 months of inventory, it's a complete, basically buyer's market. When you're at 3 months, which is in this area has about that from what you're pointing out, then in some cases it can be a seller's market. So where you might have multiple offers. So it doesn't matter what the news is saying. When it comes to real estate, everything is absolutely local.
Absolutely. I am right there on your side with that. And there's houses in Irving that are not moving for months on months, whereas here they're moving quicker. So it just totally depends. There's no crystal ball.
So Marie, what would you say is the most important thing if you were a listing agent right now, if you want to help someone sell their house?
As a listing agent, you want to have that conversation, that open, candid conversation about uh, being as spot on as possible with the price of the home and pricing it correctly. It can be a little difficult because what the property owner wants to sell their home for may not jive with what the numbers are for the area. So it's a little bit of an easy dance, but a little candid conversation.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, that's I can imagine those conversations, you really as a trusted agent, you are in the front, you're in the front lines of the battle. You're right there in the trenches with people that come to you, whether it's in an open house or responding to some type of a marketing you know um, ad, if you will. And they want to know everything. They want to know what are the houses selling for, what's my interest rate, what's my monthly payment, can I excuse me, can I afford this particular home? They hit you with every question. And that's why it's so critical for agents to um, not just know the basics, but one thing I really respect about Judge Fight is they go deeper. They want to make sure that all of you are well prepared and you have, like we talked about, many, many arrows in your quiver to help these individuals who are really seeking to know answers, so that, and really what they're seeking is confidence. They want
Yes.
to know that they can have confidence in you and themselves as they go through this very scary process, especially first-time home buyers. So I'm really glad that you mentioned, what you guys do to help, and even more importantly, it really shows the value of a team effort. You team with a good lender who has your back, who is putting education forward to you instead of sitting back in an office waiting for you to send a deal and, yeah, I got it, I'll take care of it. And
Oh yeah,
you
and
know,
that's a conversation I have with my buyers is hey, it's just not just me. I'm part of a team. I have a tribe that I work with. I'm not the chief of the Indians or the tribe. I am a member, and you are a member for me to refer them to because I only know enough to be dangerous, and that's a lawsuit. So I don't play in your yard. I refer them to use the expert so that they have a strong, solid foundation that they are working with a team and that they're not in this by themselves.
yeah, that's important. And likewise, I don't dabble on the real estate side. I make sure that everybody comes to you and they're ready to go as far as, the real estate side, and they know what they can purchase, what their purchasing power is, and now it's time to go shopping with Marie. So
Exactly,
here's
exactly.
Here's a question for you. We talked about this podcast, the title, The Mindset of a Champion, What Sets You Apart. And when you break that down a little bit, what does having the mindset of a champion mean to you? And more importantly, how does that affect your daily routine, having that mindset of a champion?
It, it's several levels in that. The foundation of the mindset of the champion, knowing and having the confidence that you've got all the information available to you to use and to build your foundation. And to level that up is knowing that you have a team of members, a team like a great loan officer to help build that up even more. Uh, Confidence is huge, and structure is just as important. So, and consistency, got to be very consistent, very structured, and just have a good foundation. Start off the day happy to be where you're at and build from there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah, I love that because you really just hit it right there. If you start out your day with gratitude, which is what you're really saying, is that really leads to other things. Because if you're grateful for whatever it is and you get up in the morning, now you have something that can drive your day. Is that what you
Yeah.
found for yourself then, just like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am very grateful. And when I walk into the office and I'm surrounded by a bunch of same positive minded folks, and it's just easy to, and then working with my clients and working with my referrals, it's nice to project that positive, proactive, I'm here to help you mentality. They pick up on that. People pick up on that, and I'm always happy to help. Have truck will travel.
I
I
love
love
that.
that.
In fact, that's
That's
one of
great.
my taglines at the end of all of my emails. It says, I'm always happy to help. And I said it, probably 13 years ago when I first started in the business. And I said it, I wasn't even aware that I said it, but one of my colleagues brought it back to my attention. Do you know how many times you say that in a day? I'm always happy to help. I go, no, I'm not counting. Well, you say it a lot. So maybe you should put that as a tagline because, and I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? That's not just a phrase to me. It's who I am. I really am happy to help people. And
Yeah.
so having that little tagline really helps me understand what my why is each day. I wake up every day very intentional about my day. It actually starts the night before or the few days before if I'm planning out my week. My why is my wife. I do everything to make sure that she's happy, satisfied, comfortable, and that we can, do things to help other people as well. But when you know that, you wake up, in fact, I spring up out of bed each day, ready for the new day. I'm excited. I got some new challenges ahead of me. I tackle those first, get those done early in the day. And when you have a phone call that, could be a little bit challenging to make, maybe you have some news to share or whatever it may be, it's, you do those at the beginning of the day. Don't wait until it drags on and that little part is just gnawing in your stomach, like, oh, I got to make this phone call. No, you get it done right away, and you present a solution, which we always have, is some form of solution, not just a bearer of bad news, but here's what we're going to do. Get that done. And now I go about the rest of my day with new business and things like that. But that mindset of a champion is so important. And it means different things to different people. You think about it in the sporting world, it's the W. If you got a W, who cares what happens? It doesn't matter what the journey was. But I beg to differ a little bit with that. I think it's very important. Part of that championship is the journey. It's the
Absolutely.
right. It's
Absolutely.
daily learning and daily. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The journey is it's probably the most important part. Everybody knows you're going to get to the end, one way or the other, right? But if you make that journey as low stress as possible for your client, and yeah, it's a little rough sometimes to take the brunt of that, but that's
Mhm.
what we're here for. That's what we signed up for. We're here to be sure that it's easy for them because they've got enough on their plate. We're not in their shoes. We don't know what's going on 100%. And it's real important that we walk with them and support them as best as we can. And it's a team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's great because really at the end of the day, when all the transactions done, these families now have those memories, right? And
Hmm.
so if you help them go through that, they're always going to remember that. And the best part of it is they're going to tell their friends about that and
Yep.
say, hey, Marie helped me with this and she got me through this. And you're there to be that center, to center them and help them. And I know you do a great job at that. So that's absolutely fabulous. So I would ask you, Marie, we've come through probably the most difficult real estate year has been this year for most people. This has been a rough one because of many factors. So what pivot or changes or adjustments did you make to help you get through all this that we just went through?
Uh, it was a slow first half of the year for me, and it actually picked up the second half. And I attribute that to my networking groups and volunteering and getting myself out there and being dependable and reliable and having that uh, reputation of being dependable and reliable for that referral base, which I'm absolutely truly grateful for. Because again, I'm helping people who didn't know where to find that help before they knew somebody that knew me, and we were able to connect. So this year, the end of this year, it's still a little on the slow side, but it's perfect for me to manage these folks who are having these very big life changes where they need a little bit extra support and a little bit more time. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I mean it's beautiful. You talk about volunteering and doing things like that, and you're there helping people. So everything can happen generically when it's that way, right? You start working at it and you start getting to know people, and most importantly, they get to know you and trust you because who are you do they want to work with?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to work with the person who always shows up. They always show up regardless.
Yeah, I know I can trust Marie. She's going to be there for me. If I have questions, I know she'll be there. So doing that volunteer work and things like that, really that's for a lot of people don't do that. So it's more of an out of the box thinking that what you're doing. And that I have to commend you is absolutely terrific to do that. Plus you're helping people. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about, I too have a passion for volunteer work. Um, I'm on the board of directors for our local chamber of commerce and have shared there probably 9 years now, giving back to the community, helping other business owners grow their business and things like that. So I see the value in getting involved with your local community and especially the local businesses. Can you tell us just a little bit more about your volunteer efforts? What are some specific things that you're doing in and with the community to help?
So I used to be part of a couple of different chambers and I loved it. And I learned so much. And through that, I actually started my own networking group.
Awesome.
And our basis is pretty structured. We meet twice a month. And what we do in lieu of dues like BNS,
B&I type stuff.
the paid groups,
Yeah.
in lieu of paying, we volunteer a couple times a year. So in the spring, we volunteered for Six Stones Community Powered Revitalization,
Oh,
and they
wow.
are in the Hurst Euless Bedford area, and they take homes that are home owned and need work. They either need new windows or they need paint, they need new fencing, yard work, whatever they have to fill out an application. They have to be approved. Code compliance for those cities works with Six Stones to verify and finish that out. And I learned about this working in municipalities. And we went out as our group to a home and we cleaned up this gentleman's yard. And it was amazing. And I love playing in dirt, so just call, I'll be there. And we had a really good time, and his yard went from disaster to very, very clean. Six Stones even put in they fixed his decking in the backyard. We power washed the backyard and the decking, and they went back and they stained it. So Six Stones was a really good partner for that. And then for the fall, we're working with a Christian group who has a kitchen that they stock food. So we're going to actually work together as a group and pack these food boxes for food insecure folks who need
Yeah.
that additional help. So I'm really excited for our fall event because I want the goal is to volunteer at least twice a year. So I'm really excited to get our group to volunteer there as well.
Wow. That's amazing. And it not only gives a feel good when you do other things for, good things for people, but at the end of the day, you're staying top of mind. And the folks that you're working with in your networking group are staying
Mhm.
top of mind with the community and with others. And when they're ready, or when it comes to their mind, hey, you know what, a friend of mine was just over for dinner the other night and they were talking about buying a new home. That's right, Marie, right? So you're positioning yourself, not only doing great things for the community and for others, but you're positioning yourself. And that's really half the battle in what we do as lenders and as real estate agents, is making sure that we stay relevant in these challenging times that Reuben mentioned. They're not easy. Rates go up and down, and people sit on fences. Should I buy? Should I wait? And it's
Yeah.
our job to coach. We're the coach, you know. So really, really important. Well, you've given us a lot of reasons to trust you as an agent. It's obvious you care for people. You work with your community and care for the community. You're knowledgeable. You have a mindset of a champion, not just going for the win, but going for the journey that can lead to greater growth, personal growth, and professional growth. So, one final question that we have for you, and it deals with success. Everybody views success in a different way. Some view it in money, dollars and cents, that's success. Others view it in, you know, maybe in material things or whatever it may be. We all have different views on that. But what advice would you have for others? Perhaps others that are just starting out in this business as a realtor, or maybe they're looking into it, or perhaps those that have been in the business for quite a while. What advice would you have for them to be successful as we move into 2026?
Don't give up. Surround yourself with the right people. If even real estate agents can get negative, walk away. That they don't, you want to be around real estate agents who are positive and who are so willing to help you succeed that uh, they put their personal stuff behind them to make sure that you succeed. And we don't want to be competition. We want to help each other. And that's to me is success is that feel good when you walk away going, man, thank you. Thank you for giving me that suggestion, or thank you for giving me that hug, or thank you for telling me, hey, your clothes don't particularly match today. You may want to switch that out, but your hair looks great. Thank you. Thank you for noticing me because we project that to everybody else. And just don't give up. Just really, and if you do feel like that way, call me. I'll talk you off that ledge.
I love that. That's so good. And you know, just the effort. As we spoke about never giving up, being relentless in our pursuit of helping people. That's really the bottom line for my wife and I is happiness. That's what success means. Success equals happiness, and whatever road it takes to get there, whether it's helping more clients this year, helping more families, helping my agents be successful, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, if we're happy and we're taking care of other people and helping them to be happy, that's what our success looks like. And
Agree.
it's
Absolutely.
it's so encouraging to have you with us today, and Reuben too. You bring so much, not only from the realtor side of things, but now also from the lending side of things that can really add value to your local community. And just a real nice plug about Judge Fight that through my association with them and various agents in your office, you're a group of successful, motivated, caring individuals, and your community is blessed to have all of you there and serving. So keep up the good work. Don't ever
Thank you.
give up
Nope.
personally, and you keep throwing that lifeline to others that need it. Talk them off that ledge, and
I'm always here. I'm always
That's
here
what I
just a
love
text
about
away.
Marie. She's always, so positive about everything, and really that it attracts, and that's what makes it great.
you know,
Beautiful
I love
thing.
working with you, Reuben. You're so fun.
he is. He's a lot of fun, and one of the
Thank you.
you just helped me think of a little tagline. I'm always here for you. That sounds like Marie.
Yes.
She's always here.
Mhm.
She's always in the office. In fact, if I remember right, it was either Nate or yourself told me Marie's always here. She is
Mhm.
steady. She's here. She's there. If she's doing phone, she's here. She's on it. And that's a great compliment to you. But it's also a tagline to think about. I am always here for you,
Mhm.
Awesome.
because a lot of people are not. They're here
Yeah.
That's for sure.
when they can be,
Mhm.
but
It's
not when
convenient.
others need them, when it's
Yeah.
convenient for
Yep.
them.
Yep,
Yeah.
some of it's convenient.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Marie. To talk about, half of it is showing up, and Marie shows up all the time. And I know that she does phone time and she
Yeah.
volunteers for open houses and does a lot of that. And so that's what makes her really special is that she puts herself out there to do that and to help at the same time, which is awesome.
Happy to help.
Mhm.
I love it. Well, thank you again, Marie, for joining us today. Marie Nagy-Jones from Century 21 Judge Fight in beautiful Texas, and Reuben Salazar too, from C21 Judge Fight and iFinance Mortgage. I wish you both a fantastic day, helping more families, and let's launch into 2026 together.
Yes, sir.
Yes, let's do it.
Yep.